Hey, what's up, YouTube? Israel back in with another fragrance review. Today, I'm going to do one that has been reviewed to death. I think everyone has probably smelled this. I try to stay away from doing fragrances that are super overdone, but this one's just it's overhyped for a reason. It's over talked about for a reason. People buy this one for a reason because it's really good. It does the job, and I don't think it's underrated. I think it's given just the right amount of praise. And the fragrance that I'm going to be talking about today is Dior Homme. And this one here, like I said before, everyone has talked about this one for a long time. And I actually, before I even tried Dior Homme, I purchased, I pretty much blind bought actually DHI first, Dior Homme Intense, because I was hearing so much about it, and I was like, man, I got to find out what this fragrance is, what this fragrance here is about. So I think I spent about 90 something dollars on this, which this was my first blind buy, I believe. My first blind purchase was this one. I think so anyway. And slash my most expensive purchase at the time was this one too. So I kind of jumped in the deep end, like, whenever I was kind of starting off with fragrances and stuff. So they got me to buy this one, but I actually, like this one too. So, but today we're going to talk about this one. Not going to really do so much talking about that one, I guess. Because to me, starting off, with the Dior Homme Intense, I didn't know what to expect with just a regular Dior Homme, and so I heard that this was like going to be like a good day version of the Intense version. And so it took me a little while to kind of separate the two. At first I thought, okay, they kind of smell alike, but the DHI, obviously it's intense, so it's just a thicker, smokier, darker version, chocolatier, everything that this is just amplified, So it took me a while to kind of get used to this one. As you can see, I've put quite a dent in it. I think I'm about half done with my bottle here. Actually just got another one. Purchased another one from another YouTube viewer. I believe his name is David. And so I just purchased a 1.7 ounce bottle from him. So hopefully I'll be getting in the mail tomorrow. I think that's what he told me. So anyway, so Dior Homme was released. This is a reformulated version. I haven't even tried the vintage version. To me, hey, I think I'll be all right with just any kind of version I get my hands on. They all smell good to me, from what I've smelled so far. So this was a reformulated version, came out in 2011. The nose was Francois de Monche. Apparently the original version was done by Oliver Pohl. She was like, that was back in 2005, and he's done a bunch of different really, really well-known colognes and fragrances. Didn't do any research on it right now. I'm trying to just save a little bit of time and get straight to the good stuff. So let me spray a little bit on my arm. Tell you what I get off the bat. The sprayer is if I had a pro and con list, it's going to be on the con list. I love it. It's decent. It's okay. It sprays, gets the job done, but it dribbles. It dribbles quite a bit, and so that can be a good thing and a bad thing. It's good for decanting because it just comes out in a good steady stream. And if you're like me, you can make it work, because what I like to do is I like to push the button down like this, and it kind of leaves a nice little stream down your arm, but it uses quite a bit of the juice though. So you have to, like, whenever you spray this, be mindful of how many times you spray it, because it sprays out quite a bit. And if you spray slowly, it'll kind of just jump on your skin, and it'll kind of like actually soak you quite a bit. So you need to be, usually you want to get that good the atomizer spray, kind of like a little ball of fragrance. This one kind of sprays quite a bit when it sprays, so just be mindful of that one if you decide to get this one. It was released in 2011, the reformulated version. It's a woody floral musk. Consider that. Let's see, the top notes are lavender, sage, bergamot. Mid is iris, amber, and cacao or cocoa, and the base is vetiver and patchouli. Okay, so right when I get off the top, I immediately just get iris. Okay, iris and the vetiver. That's immediately what I get. I honestly don't get too much bergamot in there. I mean, I can smell a little bit of citrus, but it's kind of in the background. But mostly it's the iris and the vetiver. Iris gives it that floral feel, and you've heard this a million times with this fragrance. Lipstick fragrance, makeup bag, yada yada yada. That's all true. And so that's it's for the same for those reasons is why some people might not like this one just by hearing what's in it. Um, but anyway, so yeah, so the makeup bag feel very cosmetic, has that kind of vibe to it. That's true, and the vetiver gives it this nice, clean, rooty kind of like earthy kind of scent to it that lends really well to the iris because the iris is like what I picture is like the iris. You smell the iris bulb or whatever, that part. But then like the vetiver reminds me of the stem of the iris itself, like the stem and like what that would smell like. So those two lend really well together for the opening smell, But it just gives it a really clean, bright, nice, clean scent, kind of earthy at the same time. So that's really nice. And I mean, this isn't your typical fragrance. I mean, when you first smell this thing, you are going to think very feminine, almost perfume. But you have to wait maybe 15 minutes before you can start to realize that it's not a lady's perfume. It is a masculine scent. Um, so yeah, it starts off very fresh, like I said. After maybe about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes after it dries down a little bit, it turns into a powdery, chocolatey, and really, really nice, sexy fragrance. So it starts off really, really bright and clean, but it turns into something like better. Um, I consider this a day fragrance, even though after a while it turns into more of like a night fragrance almost, which it also, this fragrance is a perfect lead into this one. I mean, if you're out during the day and you're on vacation and these are the only two ones, obviously wear this one during the day and then wear it during the day and then like it sort of like leads into this one because where this one dries down to is where this one starts. So it's like this picks up where the day left off, and you go into the evening and do your evening routine, and this one just is perfect with it. So I think that's obviously look at you can see the bottles, the color. One's clear, kind of like day, and this one's dark like nighttime. So I think that's might have been what they're going for, but I don't know for sure. Um, yeah, so it stays clean, throughout the day, and then it just gets sexier as time passes. Which to me, it's just like one of those things where they say like it ages like a fine wine. This thing has a really good scent life when it starts off good, and then lends to something better later on. It just doesn't quickly fade out. Um, let's see. I think with this scent, I don't know. I mean, I've smelled a lot of things and I've reviewed a lot of different fragrances, but there's still a ton that I haven't. But I know this one was released. The original is 2005, I believe, is what Fragrantica said. So I don't know. I really don't know what came out around 2005. I wasn't really reviewing fragrances back then, but I do know that I just get the feeling that this really did break this like the typical fragrances that were out at that time. Had a lot of aquatics. You have a lot of your stereotypical fragrances, and I think this one came along and kind of just broke all the rules. And I might even consider this one, even today, a bit of a daring scent with some people because when you do smell it, you do automatically think woman, like a feminine type of fragrance. And if you're not secure with your sense or your masculinity or just whatever, you're not going to like this fragrance. Me, I personally love it. Like I said before, look how much I've used already. It's a 3.4, and I ordered another bottle that I'm going to keep in my car. The girl that I'm dating absolutely loves this fragrance. She's like, I don't know what that was you had on last night, but it smells unbelievable. And so now every time I'm with her, I'll make sure and wear this. That way, it'll be kind of my signature scent with her. But I've never gotten like any negative comments from this one. I think people just don't know what to think of it. I just don't think they know, like, wow, that's different. I don't even know where this is going, but I know that I like it. Kind of feel. So that's why I kind of call it. I mean, if I were to put this in a category, I would say this would probably be maybe my daring scent. I don't have too many things that are, I've seen some people's categories that are daring scents, and they're pretty daring. They're pretty like weird. I think I saw who was it? Somebody had one that's, I think it was maybe Tunes, had a daring scent. It was like some kind of vampire blood or something, fragrance, which that's pretty damn daring. But he's I don't tend to come across really interesting finds like that. And so that would definitely be classified one. But right now, I mean, this is just because I guess because it smells feminine, it would be classified in my collection anyway. I don't have that many things that are super daring, but Dior Homme right now is probably as good as it gets. But yeah, so it's perfect for day wear. I'd wear this in the morning all the way to the afternoon, and you could even wear it at night. If you don't have DHI, that's perfectly fine. Just put this stuff back on. I think you'd be okay. Um, let's see here. Um, yeah, so I guess that kind of pretty much rounds it out. I mean, my marks are going to be the versatility. I give it 3 out of the 4 seasons. It's going to be spring, fall, and winter. Definitely going to be perfect for the fall and or spring. Well, it's still a little bit warm. Summer, don't think it'll be too cloying. I just think it'll be too hot because this stuff can like I said, like it's in the same vein as DHI, so it can probably get thick. If the heat's too much, the heat of the day is too much, I can definitely see this getting a little bit cloying or a little thick. Maybe won't choke you out, but I wouldn't take the chance on it. But I'd definitely say spring, fall, winter. So I give that a 9 out of 10 because you're almost hitting all 4 seasons there. Longevity for me, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. It's going for 8 to 10 hours. I mean, that's perfect right there. 8 to 10 hours. I don't have to reapply. That's just me though. My personal experience with this fragrance. Um, and the projection, I say it's above average. I mean, people can smell it off me for 3 or 4 hours in, if not longer. I don't tend to spray fragrances on my shirt, but if I did, I mean, I probably would with this one. I mean, it's kind of a brown juice, so I wouldn't do it with like a white shirt like I'm wearing right now. But I would probably spray it on the neck or something like that of a shirt, a little bit of the chest if it has a pattern on it that you can't really see, like because this might leave a bit of a stain. And definitely the DHI would leave a stain. It's dark juice, but um, yeah, so I mean, this is right here. I mean, I'm gonna give it a perfect 10 out of 10. I love this fragrance, guys. I mean, it's one of my favorites of all time. It's always gonna be in my collection, which normally in my collection, like I'll get rid of bottles. I'll keep one for a couple of months, try it out, test it, spray it, wear it out, see how it is, review it if I can. Sometimes I even forget to review. I'll just get rid of it just to bring another one in because maybe it just didn't impress me too much. But this is a perfect 10 out of 10 for me. Even though the marks, I guess, didn't really add up to it. To me personally, it's a 10 out of 10. It's always going to be with me. It's always going to have a place in my collection. Haven't found too many other fragrances that remind me of this one, honestly. I'm sure there's a ton of Irish fragrances out there, Iris fragrances. But the only one that I've ever even come across that smells anything like this is Prada's Infusion de Homme. I did a review on that, and that's just because it has a heavy iris in it too, and it has like that cosmetic lipstick feel. That one's more baby powderish, like that one's like Johnson & Johnson's baby powder. But but that's the only other fragrance that I have even come close to this. Although I'm sure there's more out there. Well, that obviously, and this, the DHI here. But this one's still fairly expensive. I think I found a 1.7 ounce bottle like for $65 at lilydirect.com. So y'all go on Lily Direct and check them out. I'm a big backer of that website because they have really inexpensive products on there. They have good, decent fragrances, and they have the DHI on there. I think 1.7, like I said, like 65, $68. I think the shipping's only $2, something like that. So I'll leave a link in the description for this one. And I'm pretty sure they sell this one. I think they sell 1.7. It's like 40, maybe 45. I'll leave the links for both of these in the description below. But I should be getting my other bottle of this one in the mail tomorrow. So I just can't wait, just because I'll know for sure that I have a backup. So yeah, this is Dior Homme. My quick little review on this one. I wouldn't blind buy it unless I would test this one just because I'd hate for you guys to buy it and then you just be upset with it. I mean, it does make a good trade chip. I'm not gonna lie, because if you buy this one and didn't like it, you can always swap it for something else. I think there's someone out there that's always gonna like this fragrance. If not, I'll get it from you. But I would definitely suggest going by Sephora and getting a sample list before you buy it. I tried the Dior Homme. I think it was Fresh, the new one that just came out, like in the same bottle but with blue juice. Didn't like it that much, honestly. Didn't like it. Smelled too much like this one. It smelled a little different, but to me, I'd rather just stick with this one. I just sure hope they don't go get crazy with the flankers, because some fragrances do that, and they tend to collapse a little bit underneath so many other fragrances. They just need to keep it where it's at. And this one, they do have a sport version of this too, which I really enjoy. I'm actually going to get a bottle of that real soon. But right now, so far, this one's doing it for me right here, guys. I do like the sport, but right now I'm just going to stick with these two, and then Summertime is coming, so the sport might be a little bit better for the summer. So actually, that would be my summer pick for this one. So I'd say, summer or spring, fall, and winter, and then summer definitely the sport. But for now, this one's perfect for me. So anyway, so yeah, that was Dior Homme, and if you have this one, let me know what you think about it. Maybe write me your thoughts and your comments and your ideas about this one at the bottom in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. Maybe give me a little review of your own. Again, perfect 10 out of 10 for me. It's always going to be in my fragrance Hall of Fame. It's always going to be in my shelf. So yeah. So this is Israel with Dollars and Cents. Rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what your scent of the day was. All that good stuff. And until the next video, you guys take care, guys. Thanks.